this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. It's December the 16th, and again I've got my box out. If you haven't watched the beginning of my series, I have made myself my own crafty calendar. I put dies in this box that I have only used once, or maybe even haven't used at all. So let's have a look what I've got in here for today. Oh, that was the 15th, must be this one. So or the 16th. I haven't numbered these, I just go through as I go. So this one, yes, this is going to be an easy one, I think. I have used this once. I made a card with it where I just cut this out. As you can see, it leaves a design of a mouse on a toadstool or mushroom. And yeah, I think I just did a white on a patterned or coloured cardstock. But I want to do something different. I'll have a think about what I do with this. Obviously, I will use a silhouette, but I'll have a look if I've got one or two techniques to accommodate in this card, just to make it less boring and less obvious on how to use this one. And also I have to measure this card, yeah, because this is just over 6 inches, so I'll have to have a look which size I'm actually going to do, whether I cut a bit off, which is possible, and make it a 6x4, or whether I go for a bigger format and then, I don't know, put a frame around it. I'll have a look. Okay, I'll see you later with either the result or a few steps in between. Okay, here's my finished card. There were no steps I felt like I had to show you, so I'll talk you through of what I did. I decided eventually to go for a patterned background. I thought about whether I have got some patterned cardstock, but then I remembered a Lavinia Stamps video from yesterday or the day before, where Emma Jo used these gilding polishes, metallic gilding polishes, to create a background. So I decided to do the same. I used a stencil that I had in my stash that I really like. I looked for something that wasn't too intricate and not too busy, because obviously the die cut itself is already very busy. So I basically used my stencil and my stencil brushes. They're just being cleaned, or sorry, I have cleaned and they're in the bathroom to dry, so I can't show you them. But I use this green, which is the lime burst, and this blue, which is the Mediterranean blue, and the ocean teal. And I just went over this just randomly, but I made sure, I wasn't quite sure what texture it would give, so I basically went in an upward motion. But I did mix the colours, and I really like this look of this. So I cut the panel down in the end, so I've got a strip that I can use for a different project. And there are just 2 leaks here, but I'm not too bothered about that. And this dries really quickly, so I didn't even have to dry that. But my black cardstock is very thin. So what I did is I backed this with another piece, and the same for this die. I cut this twice, and I created a little flap. Reason being, this die is too wide to fit, only just too wide to fit through my die cutting machine. I've got a very small Sizzix fold away, so I had to cut it this way, so I could not cut this in one piece. So as I said, I created this flap. What I did was the bottom piece here, that has got the flap on it, and I just scored it and created this, and then the top piece doesn't have the flap. I didn't want both pieces to have a flap because I was worried it wouldn't fold that well. It actually is a bit tight, and this is why it springs open, but I don't mind that too much, because when the recipient gets this, they might want to rest it on the shelf anyway and display it. As I said, I backed this up. I had actually planned to put this flap in between the 2 layers, but obviously when I got carried away, I forgot all about it. So I just stuck this down with my red tape that'll hold it in place. The back I put on with my, sorry, just fell over, my Cosmic Shimmer Quick Rag glue, and the front bit, these I put together with my collal. Reason being is The collal allows you to move this a bit and wiggle this a bit until you've got it in place, and you want this to be exact. With the back, I wasn't too bothered because I cut it down afterwards. And I thought about making this a 5x7 card, although the die is only 6.5 inches. But then in the end I cut it down to a 6x4 because I found there was too much pattern on this side, so that was a bit too big. I thought I could have added a sentiment, but I decided to leave it. I will eventually put a panel in the back for the sentiment and the greetings, but at the moment, if I leave it like this, I can use it for several occasions rather than deciding now what I'm going to use it for. So I hope you like this. I really think it's really cute, and yeah, obviously the background is a bit of a star. Oops, background is the star of the card rather than the front, the die cut. But I really like this, and yeah, I hope so do you. If you do, I'd be happy if you gave me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be really, really great. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next video.